Hello there, honey. I realized I still had my little moisturizer on my face. Honey, y'all all right? Listen, real quick, okay? So for the last, I guess, week, this topic has just been very much so present. And it's about being intentional and authentic, right? And so last week I was in Arkansas and I was on a panel and I was speaking and, telling my story, the normal things. And afterwards at the airport, I met a girl or a woman, excuse me, and she gave me the biggest hug and she was so emotional and in tears. And she said to me, she said, "You don't know me." She said, but maybe like over 10 years ago, she was living in Los Angeles and she was helping out a casting director. She was an assistant. And it was, how she paid her bills, right? And I came in for an audition. And y'all know my story. I code switched and I covered my accent for a very long time in public spaces. That was just who I had become and who I thought I had to be successful and to win, right? So anyway, she said I came in the audition and did my audition. And when I left the room, she said, "Of course, you didn't know this, but we all were like, she's never going to, make it until she realizes she has to be herself." Like they could even see that I wasn't being true in my audition. Um, the crazy thing is, I was intentional in the audition. I don't even remember what audition was, but I know in every audition I ever went to over the last 20 plus years, but prior to my freedom walk in the last 6, I was always intentional about hiding who I was because I didn't think she was enough. So I would create a different, voice. I would wear my hair one way. I would try my best to fit in, right? I saw what everybody else was doing on TV and they were winning. I tried to do that, but that meant if I was going to fit in, I was never going to stand out, right? But I was intentional with covering myself, with hiding myself, but I wasn't being good to myself. And I want to encourage you, as I'm always telling people, make sure you're setting your intentions, but make sure we're setting the right intentions for ourselves, healthy intentions for ourselves. Because a lot of times we can get caught up in setting a wrong intention where we have good intentions. We mean well for ourselves because we think this is going to help us. But in reality, we're hurting ourselves. So today I encourage you to check your intentions. Are they serving you well? Are they being true to who you are? Right? And do you feel really good about what your intentions are? Okay? Listen, that thing, it weighed heavy on me because then yesterday I was, watching a panel and, one of the women she was talking about, when she was pursuing acting, she had went into an audition and the casting director, who was not black, this woman was black, but the casting director was not black. And I used to get this too, in corporate America and in auditions, where they asked her, "Could you do it a little more black?" Right? Which means that we're letting someone else decide how we're supposed to sound. And we can sound exactly who we are, right? Like I hid who I was because I was told I sounded ignorant, you country, there was always such this thing that this stigma that came along with being from the South or being from the country. And I believed it, right? When I was with my family, it was okay. But out in the world, or if I thought somebody was going to hear me, I had to try to sound proper or, white, to be honest. Because that's what the code switch is, right? To conform, to make them comfortable. And that meant I was letting someone else control how I lived my life, how I sounded. So those intentions were not healthy for me, right? And it also was not freedom. And yesterday when she said that, it triggered something inside of me that made me remember uh, all the years. Although every day I think of it as I show up as my true self now all the time. Uh, when I talk to my daddy, he just always tells me how proud he is that, you know, I finally just let go and became who I am. Uh, he sometimes tell me I was a little worried about you for a while. He would never tell me that while I was going through, but you know, my dad is just one of my biggest supporters, and I guess he was like, well, if she acting, that's what she got to do. But now I'm free. So I just want to encourage everybody else out there, honey. You may not be trying to be an actor. You may still be, you know, trying to create a business or do content or working a 9 to 5 or corporate America, whatever the case is. Make sure your intention is healthy for you and it has your best interest in hand. All right, that's it. I love y'all. I know this is a little bit longer than, excuse me, than I thought it was going to be, but it was necessary and I had to get that off my chest. So you are enough. You are worthy just as you are. All right, honey, show up as you and show out. All right, and until the next time, honey, y'all going about y'all business. Have the most amazing day. But even if you can't have a good one, don't you dare go messing up nobody else's here. I love you. I'll see you later.